Stephanie White, the coach, was crying. You won't believe what Caitlin Clark did when she was recently captured on video in a way never seen before. Caitlin Clark is a game changer, as we all know. She broke collegiate records, dominated the WNBA, and created history everywhere she went. However, this isn't the same. This is extraordinary. Recently released video reveals a hitherto undiscovered aspect of Caitlin Clark, her strength, her determination, and her absolute control. She is altering the game, not only playing it. The WNBA is now on notice, even if they believe they were prepared for her. Defenders who believe they could silence her are now searching for explanations. She is more powerful, larger, and unstoppable than before. What is actually happening behind the scenes then? Why is everyone in full disbelief, including her strongest opponents, coaches, and commentators? And how did she level up so quickly? You'll be amazed by what you're about to witness, so stay put. Please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to the channel before we get started. You'll always be up to date on the most recent WNBA news, analysis of key transactions, and expert opinions if you join our team. We've covered every possible scenario, so don't miss it. Click like, subscribe, and let's get started. Let's go back a little and discuss how she arrived here. Caitlin Clark was a prodigy in the making from her first days at Iowa, not simply another gifted athlete. She was one of the most dynamic players in collegiate basketball history because of her ability to command the court, make plays, and shoot from a distance. The audience anticipated magic from every game she played, and she delivered. She rewrote record books in addition to scoring points. As she guided Iowa to back-to-back Final Four visits, Clark dazzled spectators with her court vision and long-range shooting, which even NBA players acknowledged. She gained widespread fame and was compared to the game's legends. However, that was only the start. Expectations were quite high when she was chosen as the first overall pick by the Indiana Fever in the WNBA draft. The league braced itself, fans hoped, and analysts conjectured. Would her explosive collegiate game translate to the professional ranks? Clark, however, exceeded expectations rather than merely meeting them. She transformed a weak team into a serious contender by leading the Fever to their first postseason berth in 8 years. In addition to winning Rookie of the Year, she was a problem for defenders because of her reckless drives, long three-pointers, and ability to create plays. Her existence forced the WNBA as a whole to adapt, and all of a sudden she was more than just a rookie. She was a growing star. This is where things become even more intriguing though. Clark accepted the challenge, in contrast to most young athletes who need time to get used to the toughness of the sport. She faced difficult opponents head-on and didn't back down. She raised the bar with her dedication to developing her strength, stamina, and mental toughness. She is currently working harder than ever before. Her change has been so profound that even coach Stephanie White was moved to tears. It has been amazing to see Clark develop into a leader, a competitor, and an unstoppable force. She is redefining what is possible in the WNBA, making her more than simply another talented player. Speaking of breathtaking scenes, let's examine the hidden video that has everyone in stitches. Everyone was astonished by the unseen footage. What precisely was captured on camera then? An almost superhuman degree of commitment. Caitlin has been working harder than ever behind the scenes. This is a full-on expedition, not only exercise. She is honing every part of her game, including lifting, jogging, and drilling. Furthermore, power now matters more than competence. Let's dissect it even more though. She's on another level, which is what we mean when we say she's grinding. This is a whole physical makeover, not just a few more hours at the gym. In order to match the roughness of the game, Clark has added muscle and endurance via rigorous strength training. Paragraph 8. She is now battling through defenders rather than merely avoiding them. The video shows her completing difficult shots that would have been unthinkable for her a year ago, powering through contact and muscling her way into the paint. Critics said for years that Clark's style would not work in the toughness of the WNBA. They questioned whether she could handle the fast-paced nature of professional play and said that defenders would push her about. You know what? She's not just keeping up. She's taking control with a level of ferocity we have never witnessed before. The video shows her pulling up from deep with defenders draped all over her, finishing at the rim, and shrugging off opponents like they are nothing more than small impediments. Furthermore, she is not only honing her offensive skills, her level of defensiveness has increased dramatically. She is seen in the video dictating plays rather than merely reading them. She's obstructing traffic, making cunning steals, and avoiding some of the league's top guards. The athlete has developed into a whole person after first being perceived as a threat who was only hostile. The worst part is that she's not just making it through the league, she's thriving. Her unrelenting work ethic is also evident in the video, which includes early morning workouts, never-ending shooting exercises, intense weight training, and mental preparation. Clark is doing everything he can. Her ability to read defenses is exceptional, her endurance is unmatched, and her footwork has improved. As she watched her top player change in real time, Coach White was understandably overtaken with emotion. If you find this amazing, you should wait to see how the basketball community responds. Let's now discuss the response, which was enormous, I assure you. Experienced coach Stephanie White, who has witnessed innumerable up-and-coming talents, was rendered incomprehensible. However, this was about change rather than merely skill. She was seeing a power that the league had never seen before, not just the development of a great player. She became upset at Clark's rapid development as a leader and player, and who could blame her? It is uncommon to witness an athlete devote themselves to their sport with such fervor, and White was aware that something exceptional was happening in front of her. She wasn't alone in her amazement either. Caitlin's development astounded WNBA experts, other athletes, and even her fiercest opponents. How far she could go was the question, not if Clark would succeed. Would she get an MVP award, take her squad to a title? Could she completely rethink the game? All of a sudden, the sky was only the beginning, not the end. The excitement continued. Reactions from NBA luminaries, fans, and experts were all over social media. Caitlin Clark is the real deal, tweeted LeBron James. Seeing the development of greatness, she received recognition from Steph Curry, the king of long threes, who praised her gutsy attitude and boundless range. The greatest basketball players weren't only praising her, they were honoring her. And let's face it, you know you succeeded when some of the top people in the industry refer to you as a generational talent. Fans, meanwhile, were enamored. You name it. TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. Highlights of Caitlin Clark were everywhere. Not only was her game motivating young players, but it was also drawing in ardent basketball fans worldwide. Everyone was suddenly curious to see what she would do next. The problem is that this goes beyond the success of a single individual. There is more to this than Caitlin Clark setting records or taking home honors. The goal is to completely change the women's basketball scene. Clark is reinventing the game, not simply playing it. She is a nightmare for any defender because of her ability to shoot from wherever, her crazy playmaking, and her newly discovered strength. But how did she rise to this point so fast? What's the key to her remarkable progress? Let's now explore the job she has been doing behind the scenes. What did she do? The covered training schedule. You're probably asking yourself, how did Caitlin Clark level up so quickly? At this point, was it only innate ability? Not at all. This was an unrelenting day-in, day-out grind of pure labor. She's shaping a body for combat, not merely putting on muscle. Defenders can no longer simply push her out of her position. In ways that would have been unimaginable a year ago, she is absorbing touch, battling through screens, and standing her ground. Does agility and speed work? Strength is insufficient on its own. She needed to be faster, sharper, and more explosive than ever. Clark understood. She thereby improved her footwork to a new degree. She uses quick cuts, quick sprints, and response exercises to stay one step ahead of any defender. She is only beginning to change the WNBA's appeal with her influence. What comes next then? The possibilities are endless with this degree of commitment. She has previously shown that she can take on the league's top defenders, and now she's developing into something much more formidable. A run for a championship, an MVP award. Both now appear to be inevitable. Let's face it, if she continues at this rate, the WNBA may need to change its name to the Caitlin Clark Show. She is surrounded by the fever, and if the group keeps getting better, we could witness the beginning of a dynasty. What a journey! Whether you intended to or not, you are now formally a member of the Caitlin Clark fan club if you have read this far. But really, she's accomplishing incredible things in the WNBA right now, and we're only getting started. What do you think then? Does Caitlin have what it takes to be the best? Will she win a title with the Fever? Please share your ideas in the comments section. I'd like to know what you think. Please do me a favor and press the like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications if you like this analysis. In this manner, you'll always be up to speed on Caitlin, the WNBA, and all of the most important basketball news, because let's face it, you will want front row tickets for the history Caitlin is about to make if she continues to play like this. Okay, that concludes our discussion for today. I appreciate you watching, and I hope to see you in the future one.